Now, the first thing I want to do is actually do a quick unboxing of this for you guys. I actually haven't opened this since I got it. When I got the figure, I opened it. I inspected the figure to make sure it wasn't broken, and then I just kind of packed it back up because I didn't need two Mothras out on the shelf, and I was very frustrated with the original Mothra. So while we're looking at the package, here's what the back of the box looks like. Here's the front. Very nice artwork, very nice design. But this is, again, just a brief overview of what you'd be getting in the package. So here is Mothra. We'll just open this up again. So Mothra's going to come packaged nicely with styrofoam in the middle to protect the wings. There's the figure. We will take a look at that in a moment. And underneath the figure... Oh, good heavens. All right, well, these are little clips. I actually don't know if I've ever mentioned these clips before. I will make sure to amend that in this video. And yes, as you can see, this is the exact same stand. No, I am not going to go on a rant on this stand. Oh, shit. Perhaps I've been a little too harsh on this after all. In this series, we're going to be taking a look at every single Hiya Exquisite basic figure in the Godzilla line. Every repaint, reissue, 2.0, whatever they put out, we're going to be taking a look at them all in release order. Let's get started. Okay, so after messing around with this figure for about 5 to 10 minutes, just to get it on the damn stand, I can just jump right to the thesis of this video. Did Hiya Toys fix anything on this figure? No, not really. What you're getting here is what we took a look at in that first video, but now Mothra is blue. All right, let's just get that fucking stand out of the way. Okay, let's talk about Mothra. All of the sculpted detailing is going to be present on this figure that was on the original figure. You're still going to have all of that very nice fine detailing. Look at that head sculpt. It is remarkable at a scale like this. Look at all that detailing on the limbs and the body. And that's not even talking about these absolutely gorgeous wings. Look at that wingspan. Again, this is a beautiful figure. The original Mothra was beautiful, and this is no exception. It's just blue. Well, bluish green. It's teal. Unfortunately, where the paintwork leaves a little bit to be desired on this figure is going to be everywhere besides the wings. There's absolutely no paintwork on the face. The eyes are just painted over in this dark emerald green, the same paint as the rest of the body. The eyes have absolutely no paint on them besides the emerald, but there's just nothing to separate this. It would have been nice if those eyes were the same bright blue seen on the wings here, if the antenna were these lighter emerald green colors, just anything else to make the body pop. Anyway, I don't want to harp on that too much. Let's go over articulation now. Again, exactly the same as the original figure. The main limbs are on very tiny ball joints, but you're not going to get much out of them besides a swivel. These small appendages are also technically on ball joints. Again, they're just going to be extremely limited. You're basically just getting a swivel out of these. And the same is going to be true for the back legs. Now, as for the body, notoriously, this was the thing I was frustrated the most with on the original Mothra, is that this body just fell apart. Here, it's very nice. This has not fallen apart on me once at all. Now, unfortunately, that does come at a cost, and that's that ball joint is effectively useless. And just like the limbs, this is basically just a swivel now. Now, to be clear, I don't think they changed the joint. I think that is still a ball joint, but mine's either frozen or they just really tighten up the tolerances. Either way, I'm not going to try and fix it. Okay, now for the wings. These hinges are pinned into the body, but the hinges are so thick, and they've layered these wings in such a way that trying to rotate the wings on those pins causes the wings to collide in with themselves. So if you want to get this small wing angled out a bit, you're going to have issues getting this top wing out. It's just always going to be a struggle as you're fighting with these hinges to get the pose that you want. But nothing is quite as frustrating as this piece of shit. I do want to commend Hiya on one thing. They did change this stand. That unboxing at the beginning of this video, that was a genuine reaction. I genuinely haven't unboxed this thing since I bought it, and I never noticed that they did change the stand. This stand now has screws at the joints. That's a huge win in my book, as it means you can now manually tighten the tolerance of the axis point right here. Unfortunately, there's still nothing you can do about this axis point, and this is the problem, at least on Rodan. Mothra is a little different because Mothra is lighter. You won't have to worry about that as much, but it's one step forward, one step back once again. What is excruciatingly frustrating on Mothra is, once again, this clip. These arms, they just pop off like that. And, these aren't sculpted to Mothra's body. So when you're trying to mess around with it, you have to get these thick claws through this tiny space between the wings. And sometimes when you're messing around with it, you'll put pressure on it in just a way where the arm just pops off and the whole thing crumbles. So needlessly frustrating. I would have much rather had a peg in the ass. I don't care if it breaks up the sculpt. This ass isn't doing anything. Sorry, you can't really see that. A peg right there. Let me peg this. Let me peg my moth, bro. Attach it. Just like that. Because if I could just attach it like that and never have to worry about it, I think this would be great. Don't get me wrong. Mothra, the figure, isn't the problem here. It's the whole package. It's the stand. It's trying to fuck with Mothra on the stand. It's trying to fuck with the wings, and then fuck with the wings with the stand. It's the whole shebang. It's death by 1,000 cuts here. This is a beautiful Mothra figure that is being held back by itself. It's crazy. Oh my God, dude. You can't make this up, guys. I'm not bullshitting here. This stuff, it's so frustrating. I want to like this Mothra so much. It's such a good looking Mothra, but fuck me, guys. It just doesn't want to cooperate. If it was uniquely sculpted to Mothra's body, if it was a clip that clipped on securely to something on Mothra, this just wouldn't be an issue. But the fact that it's some generic ass claw means I have to... Fuck, dude. Okay. Okay, that was partially on me, but that also just shouldn't happen. Okay, so... this brings me to a nice little segue. So in the last Mothra video, I mentioned that I didn't actually have any other MonsterVerse Mothra figures to compare to at the time. But for this video, my brother actually very graciously lent me his NECA Emergence Mothra figure. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time looking at this. This isn't a video on the NECA Mothra, but it is going to be a very interesting comparison. Now, NECA didn't do some convoluted bullshit like a rinkety-dink stand that falls apart. NECA gave us this. It's a very nice display base. I believe this is Mothra emerging from the cocoon. Then you have this nice, sturdy rod. And at the base of that rod, you have, look at that, a clip. A clip with a support beam that's designed specifically for their Mothra's abdomen. So all you do here is you tab it in. That rod helps support Mothra in a pose, and these support beams are for the wings. And just like that, you have NECA's Mothra in a flight pose. It's as shrimple as that, guys. I mean, come on. If Hiya gave us the equivalent of a Tamashii axe stand, one of those Tamashii axe stands that like locks, or has a ratchet at the base and locks in place, man, I would love to have this thing posed up in a way where I felt like it was secure and wouldn't just fall apart if I looked at it the wrong way. All right, let's talk about size. So once again, just like the old Mothra, this is a very impressive wingspan of, let me see if I can straighten this out a little more for you. About 14 inches, and the body is going to be just under 2 inches. Here's going to be Mothra next to a large banana. There you go. There's the banana for scale. Let me... Yes, we have entered a whole new age of eating a banana with a nice, fancy, brand new microphone. Let me get these banana fibers all over my set. Good audio, good banana. Nom 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 nom. Here is how the Emerald Titan Mothra will look next to the Hiya Godzilla. Once again for you, this is the Emerald Titan Mothra next to NECA's Emerald Titan Mothra. Emerald Titan Mothra next to a Bandai action figure series Godzilla. Emerald Titan Mothra next to a Titanic Creations Young Gary.
And now would be a very convenient time to plug Titanic Creations Kaiju-scape City Diorama set. Not sponsored, they didn't ask me to do this. I'm just a big fan of them, and I want this set to succeed. So this looks interesting. You go check out the crowdfunding campaign. The pre-order window closes in December, so coming up real fast, guys. Get your order in.
Emerald Titan Mothra with a Super 7 reaction figure. And of course, an Emerald Titan Mothra with the SH Monster Arts Heat Ray Monsterverse Godzilla. And actually, these two look pretty damn good together. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. All right, wrapping things up. I mean, what else can I really say, guys? I've basically been giving you my closing thoughts this entire video. On the one hand, yeah, this is still a good-looking Mothra, but at what cost? Speaking of cost, this is, again, a full-priced $50 figure, and I believe I talked about this last time with Mothra. $50 is a bit of a tough pill to swallow with this figure. $50 for something so limited and so small, just, I don't know, it's just a little off-putting. But this figure especially is off-putting. I don't think that this repaint on its own commands a $50 price point. This is where I think we really needed to see some accessories included with this figure to sweeten the pot a little on that price point. I mean, it's such a missed opportunity. I feel like it would have been so easy for Hiya to include a Mothra larva with this figure, a cocoon with this figure. Just those two things alone, they would have been small enough that they could throw them in the package, and I would have been content with that. Even if it was a display base like NECA did, even if they just copied NECA wholesale, but nothing, just really kind of stings. I would not buy this for $50. This is an excellent $35, $40 Mothra, but $50 is just rough for something so frustrating, for something that comes with nothing extra. Oh man. All right. Well, that's quite a negative video. Sorry about that, guys. But you know, it's my honest thoughts on this figure. Beautiful, beautiful Emerald Mothra that's just lacking some paint on the body, lacking unique accessories to really convince you to double dip on a Mothra. It's just lacking. I did almost forget to mention that yes, the wings are still transparent. If anything, they're more transparent on this figure than the original figure. And just like the original figure, they are beautiful. Again, like this is such a nice looking figure. It's so nice looking that it makes it even more disappointing to handle. That's really the best way I can describe it. You really want to like it more than you do. Let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments, guys. If you really like this Mothra, I would love to hear it. If you have any potential solutions for this Mothra, I'd love to hear it. But until next time, guys, see ya!